Is that okay? Yeah?
Whatever you want.
Okay, good. I want to start with you. Do you feel you can return to the podium this weekend? Obviously had a great result here in season 2.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think we've proven this year that we have a car that is capable of winning, and obviously when you come to your home race you have that kind of special extra motivation and you wanna go for it. So the motivation is high. I think we have all it needs to do that, but of course it's not going to be easy.
This is the 4th season now we've raced in Berlin. How important is it to you to race here? How important for Audi?
Well, I mean, as a German driver, you want to have a home race, so that's of course very important. It's nice to see all the fans, all the people, all the sponsors coming here, really showing big support. But also, if you look at the manufacturers that are in this championship and that are going to join, I think we need a German race. It's a lot of people here this weekend already, and a lot of excitement, and I think it's a great place to race it.
In terms of the battle between you and Lucas, obviously the two of you would like to be higher up, but there's not much between you this year. Are you pleased with how your performances have been personally?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the last 3 seasons it was a clear trend for Lucas, and since this season it's not the case anymore. And of course, we've both lost a lot of points with different stuff happening, but in the end, you know, it's important for me to get better every season. I think I'm definitely at the peak of my driving, and I feel comfortable in the car and in the team, and I know what to expect. And yeah, now we just need to make sure that we get maximum points out in the last 4 races, and yeah, hopefully win more races.
Cool. Maro Engel, moving on to you. Fastest lap of the race here last year in the 2nd race. Do you like this circuit? Do you know what to do to be quick?
It's definitely an interesting circuit, one which is probably not so typical for Formula E. Relatively wide, still have the walls obviously and need to get nice and close to the walls, but especially the tarmac or the concrete's actually is quite different. And fastest lap last year was good, was great, my first one in the championship. However, obviously, as we all know, the regs last year, it was courtesy of having an incident in lap 1, and I think we were maybe 3 or 4 drivers trying to go for fastest lap. Great that we got it in the end, but you know, we'd much rather try and be in the top 10 and get regular points.
You're right, Mars. With the concrete you mentioned, do you feel like the team's on top of that, or are you arriving not quite knowing how it's going to be?
No, the car was certainly quick last year, and you know, we've had certain times over the weekend. Obviously, it was a long weekend last year with 2 races. I think we came away with the quickest 170 lap. So you know, certainly there is you know, confidence that we can have a quick car here. But obviously, it's a new season, new cars for everyone, and you know, we're just best focused on ourselves and try and get the most out of our package.
Andrè, moving on to you, your first time here at Tempelhof. What do you think of the track and the venue?
It looks cool. I think it's a great place. It's a different style of track compared to all the Formula E tracks we see, but in the end of the day, it's awesome to have a race in Germany. I mean, motorsport is quite big in Germany, and it's very important to have one for the whole car industry as well, and the message we try to pass on. So hopefully I'll do well.
How does it feel coming here with Jean-Eric leading the championship? Is all the team focused around him, or are you out to get best results for yourself?
No, we work as a team. Obviously, we try to optimize everything, and it's been a pretty good progression for me so far. Obviously, he's at the top of his game this year, and he's a really good reference for me. But in terms of team approach, they give everything to both of us, and they know also now if I'm a bit better up to speed, like in the last races, I can also help out, as I'm not really fighting for the championship. So let's see how this goes. Obviously, this race I have 10 place grid penalty, which will make my life a bit harder depending on where I'll qualify, but apparently it's a good track to overtake if you have a good pace, so hopefully the pace is there.
Do you think the 10 place grid penalty was fair?
It's what the stewards decided. It doesn't matter if I think it was fair or not. For sure it was a complicated situation to be in, not ideal, but yeah, I keep learning about all these things, and it's okay, you know, it's a learning year, and I come out stronger and more complete after every race.